Welcome back to another Ozzstar's Today's Fun Project. Today we're going to discuss my 16 F150. This is the long-term review. It's December 17 right now, and about a year and a half ago I special ordered that truck. I'll leave a link in the description down below to the day I picked it up. That was a fun day, and I go over all the features that the truck has and basically what I paid for it. It's a two-part series. Anyway, I'm just here to do the long-term review. I've gotten several requests from people who've seen that other video asking me how's the truck holding up, how's it doing, and I want to discuss some pros and cons now that I've got to be a little intimate with it. It's got a little over 8,000 miles on it now, which is not much. I have two other trucks that I use also, so I spread the mileage. Anyway, this truck's been really good to me so far. I enjoy it a lot. Like I said, it's had one oil change because of the 8,000 miles. Another 1,000 or two I'll change it again with the synthetic. It has the 5-liter V8, which I'm really pleased with it. It's probably one of my favorite parts of the truck, not just the sound of it, but the power, the torque. So this has the 355 electronic locking diff that I special ordered in it, and it's got a lot of get up and go. It's got the heavy duty tow package that I purchased, so that works really well. The truck seems to be fairly level with a good size load in it. I do have that utility cap back there. Not sure if you guys can see it. Yeah, you can see it. We'll take a little closer look at that a little bit on. Later on, I ordered that through ARE. That was about $3,000. It was custom ordered, and it's worked really well. It's got the ladder racks on top for work, and doing any type of construction work or heavy hauling stuff, it seems to be really well. The 6-speed transmission in it, automatic. It downshifts. It does a little bit of clunking here and there. I do hear some drivetrain noise once in a while, but I guess that's just the nature of the beast. And what else could I say about it? Overall, it's been good. I haven't had any problems with it, any issues. There is a recent recall on the door latches. Evidently, water can get down in between the or on the latch part itself, the mechanism, past the window, and freeze up where you can't get your door open, or you do get it open and then the door doesn't want to latch or lock shut and it can open up on you. I've never had that issue. Here in Delaware, we don't have winters that are too brutal. Usually they're not mild, but it gets chilly, but not too bad. Other than that, no other recalls that I know of on it. It's been running like a champ. No leaks, no creaks, not many squeaks, so that's a good thing. So let me discuss some of the pros and cons of the truck. Like I just mentioned earlier, one of the pros is definitely the engine. It's strong. As far as fuel mileage, that's a good one. I'm getting around, now with the cap, I'm getting around 16 and a half. That's city, highway. I don't do too much city, but more like suburbs, highway stuff. Without the cap, I could get probably closer to about 17 in it. So that's pretty good for the V8 for the amount of power that I'm getting. And one thing I did notice, it's kind of funny, not a big deal because this has the keyless start, I guess they call it. Anyway, as far as the key part, there's a door lock on the driver's side, but there's no latch lock on the passenger side, which I thought was kind of funny. Never noticed it till lately when I did the how to program your key fob video. I kind of realized it at that point when I was trying to get into the truck with just the new key. Anyway, you can check that video out. I'll leave that down below. So here's the utility cap that I had built. I got these with power locks on them, so they lock with the key fob. You just, when you open and close your door, they'll open and lock. That's what I got in there. So basically it's a nice setup. I haven't done any separate videos on this, but there's shelving in here for tools and supplies and materials. That works out pretty good. The reason for the expenses, it's custom painted, obviously. This is an optional feature here if you get your Ozzstar sticker. But anyhow, I've got the rear window in here with the metal mesh tools. I got the front, and that's a whole nother story. The front window is a slider, manual slider, but I can see all the way through, which is nice, seeing in your rear view mirror. The one thing I did really like with this truck, and in the other video I showed, is this tailgate, which I had ordered with this step in here that comes out and drops down. You guys probably may not have seen it, but I'll show you what it's like. So you got this step, and then you've got this handle that just pops up, and you're good to go. You can get right into the bed. So that was a really neat feature. And I do like the LED lights on the side, which is from Ford. There's a switch over here. You just push that and you got LED lighting in the bed. So that's been really good. Another thing that's come in really handy is these step up, I guess you call them steps, just steps that pop out. So what that allows you to do is basically reach into the bed, or if you're strapping ladders or materials to the ladder racks, it makes it really simple. And they just stow away. You just push them in like that and they're in. So that's something I've really enjoyed. This comes in really handy as far as the keypad there to get in and out of the door. I've liked that feature. No major dings or dents or anything yet. Another thing that I really like about the truck is the ride quality. So it's very comfortable inside going down the road. I have very little wind noise. I don't have an issue with that. I have read on forums that some of the crew cabs or super cabs that have the double doors get some air noise in these newer generations of 15 and newer, but I haven't really experienced much wind noise. It is comfortable seat. Mine came with, I think it's 8-way power seat. When I got the option, I think it was the 301A option, which or 302, which included the power seat. The other thing that's really great, I talked about the engine earlier being powerful. The brakes on this truck are fantastic. Compared to my other F150 that I have, my older generation one, never mind the Ranger I own, but this thing has terrific brakes. I mean, it really does stop good. It feels firm, nice firm pedal, and the handling, believe it or not, on the truck when turning, even with the cap on the back, because sometimes that can make it a whole new beast, making it a little bit top heavy. The thing handles terrific. Now this truck I did order, it has the tow package. So believe it or not, in the F-150 there is a tow package, or not a tow, I'm sorry, plow. I got the tow package, the plow package. So what I did notice when I was doing some regular maintenance, rotating the tires and stuff, that the shocks on this truck are actually F250 shocks. So I'm not sure if any of the other suspension components are upgraded because I got the plow package or the tow package. That I don't really know, but I do tell you that it does ride pretty nice. I didn't opt for the FX4 package, which is the off-road package. I don't really need it, but there's something that really drives me crazy about this truck that I didn't do. And if you're interested in ordering or getting one of these, you might want to consider this. I think it was about $400 to get a larger fuel tank. Anyway, this comes standard with a 23-gallon fuel tank, and I figured in my mind, the truck's expensive enough. They sticker, this one here is like 43 grand. In my mind, I was thinking 450 bucks for a fuel tank to go up to 30 gallon. I believe it's 31, something like that, gallons. I was like, that's a lot of gas. So I'm not going to get that option. And I didn't. And now I'm kicking myself in the ass because I'm going to the gas station more often than I'd like to. And sometimes time means money, and it's kills some time. It's not like I'm going to the gas station every 2 days, but I do like the 30-gallon tank. I have it in my other truck, and I should have got it in this, and that's one thing I do regret. Let me get back to that slider window. The regular cab trucks from Ford, the 15 and newer, you cannot get a manual slider. They're all power. You can't get a power. There's no option for this regular cab truck, because in the regular cab, you've got the base XL and the XLT, which is this model. So you cannot get a Lariat or higher up with just a standard cab. In the super cab and crew cabs, that's, power sliding window, rear window is no big deal. Anyway, I did some research. There's one company out there that does offer a manual slider. I mean, you don't have to be that lazy to hit a button. The slider's right here in a regular cab, you know what I mean? You don't always have to hit a button, but evidently that company, the quality of those sliders is not that great. I talked to a couple of glass guys and they were kind of saying, hey, I'd stay away from it. So right now I'm staying with the stationary glass back there. It's got the rear defroster, never use it, but it's there. So anyway, that's something kind of, I couldn't order that I really did want to order, and I would have if it was an option, so keep that in mind. I do have the slider on the cap like you saw earlier, so if I ever do go to a slider, like Eric O told me, it's easier to throw your beer cans back there. Anyhow, long story short, that's about it for that. Let's take a peek inside. I'll show you the sync screen. I did have the windows tinted. That's a whole nother video in itself as far as you know, why and when and how you can tint your windows. But anyway, here's the sync screen, which has been really handy for touchscreen. I've had no problems with it, no glitches. Everything else in here seems to be hunky-dory. Here's something that's kind of strange. This center console folds up. It's not that it's strange, but it's just kind of awkward. Do you see how it leans forward? So if you have a third passenger or center passenger here, it's not the most comfortable. Where these seats are, the passenger driver seat, are back a little bit. It would be nice if this could recline a little bit, but it doesn't. It's just basically one position up and one position down. The little storage cup down here that flips and turns around has been pretty handy. I'm not sure if I showed that in the other video, but this thing turns around, folds down, so when you have this here, that's not in the person's way. As far as the adjustable pedals, I really don't adjust them. I mean, I've set them to me. That's it. I'm pretty much the only person driving this truck. I don't use that feature. I could see it being handy, but I just don't use the adjustable pedals with this button here where they move in and out if you're not familiar. All right, so that pretty much wraps it up for this video. Just wanted to give you guys that have been asking me for a updated review, long-term review on it. I do enjoy the truck. Like I said, it rides nice, has plenty of power. I would definitely suggest the 5-liter V8. It's a strong motor. Now for 18, the truck's pretty much the same. They've changed the grille and the back end a little bit. I think the taillights are different. And that 5-liter is still available, but it's GDI now. I think you get about 400 horsepower. This one's 385 and I think 387 on the torque. Well, with that, I want to thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to click that red subscribe button if you haven't already, and the little bell that everybody's always talking about. I appreciate it. Check out some of my other videos, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take it easy.